okay, so the world kind of sucks right now, the virus is still running rampant, so I'm gonna miss my best friend's wedding, and I hate my job, but at least Midnight Sun came out and I finally have it in my hands. So this is the bright spark of the week. I've been waiting a decade for this and I finally get to read it, and it is big. And I chose to get the hardcover because what is this? So like now I can just, ta-da, much better. I am doing this reading vlog for it because it's not like I ever got to do reading vlogs for the original series. So yeah, we're gonna see how much of this I can finish this weekend. It's likely that I won't be able to finish it, so we'll just pick it up again next weekend because I am not reading it at work. I also tried some heatless overnight curls and like it worked, which is really weird. I just have to figure out how to get them to become looser without my hair frizzing up. So if anyone has any tips. And I'm wearing my Forks High School t-shirt in celebration of reading this book. And what is the time? Oh crap. So I'm going to be reading as much of Midnight Sun as I can, but I also have things I need to do this weekend. First up is it's the Melbourne Writers Festival and it's all online this year, so I am watching one session, and it's a super exciting one because it's with Casey McQuiston, the author of Red, White and Royal Blue, and it is being moderated by Will Kostakis. But I'm super excited to hear Casey talk, and it starts in like 5 minutes, so I should figure out how to get into the live stream.
The New York Times best-selling author of Red, White and Royal Blue, and a pie enthusiast. She writes books about smart people with bad manners falling in love.
I was like, well, this is going to be like sort of like the Veep of like the Clinton administration, you know, like where it's just like, oh, let's just like have some laughs. And that was not what ended up happening. When I finished it in 2017 was like about 153,000 words, which is way too long, especially for like a romance. And I cut 40,000 words from it by the time it printed.
So the panel is done. I did learn that it was pre-recorded, so I really could have watched it at any time, but you know, it got me up on a Saturday morning, so that's something. Now I'm gonna start Midnight Sun and read for maybe about 20 minutes. I did go digging and break out the Twilight bookmark. It even says, and so the lion fell in love with the lamb on the back. And then after 20 minutes I have to go grocery shopping because I am running out of food. I just have to figure out what I'm buying, and then I'll probably come back and then like read a little more and then do some other stuff. I'm gonna like try and do segments of reading so I can get everything else done as well during the weekend. So this starts the same way that the leaked 12 chapters that I read a decade ago starts, and that just makes me immensely happy. Edward has 2 medical degrees. What? Like, why is he always asking Carlisle to help out with Bella when he has 2 medical degrees himself? He could be a doctor. So I have finished chapter 1, and I know this book is going to be long because Edward thinks a lot in a short amount of time. But you know, I'm not expecting like wonders from this novel. I'm expecting it to be what it is, which is Twilight from Edward's point of view. So I'm just excited to see into everyone else's heads and then just re-experience the nostalgia of like what I know happens from reading the original book. Time to go on my one outing that isn't work. Remember to wear your masks, okay? I just live down the road from shops, so I walk there, I grab all I need, and then I come back home, and then I don't see the rest of the world for the rest of the weekend. So this is my mask collection. I have quite a few now. This one's my least favorite because it goes back up around your head and it doesn't stay. All of these ones are over the ear ones. This one's quite big. This one my work gave me. This one is from Brie, which is from Jasper and Spice, and it's really cute because I like the pink. I will leave the link down below if she's still making these. And then these 2 are cotton on ones, and I think they're my favorite because they have adjustable straps. Okay, so on the way there, I walked past the bookshop and there was a man standing in front of it complaining about how he couldn't get in. Of course you can't get in. We're on stage 4 restrictions for a global pandemic. Like, I miss bookshops too, but obviously it's common sense that they're gonna be closed when all non-essential stores are closed. People just astound me, especially people in Melbourne. Like, there were so many people out there. I'm like, this is why the majority of cases in Australia are here. Stay the hell home. And also the bookshop in question is still doing online orders and free delivery in the area, so just do that, man.
Look, it's Kate. Hello. Yeah. I'm smiling, you can't tell. It's Kate.
So I just saw Kate, and that's the first time I've seen her since my birthday, which was about a month and a half ago. She was walking past my apartment on the way home from her grocery shop, and then she messaged me being like, oh my god, did you see that crash outside of your apartment? And I was like, crash? I didn't hear anything. But yeah, somebody hit the brick fence in the building next door, and apparently it didn't make a sound. Like, I hear everything, and I did not hear that crash, and it happened after I got home, like 10 minutes before, because I walked along that footpath and there was no crash. But yeah, I ran across the road, I saw her, we stayed 1.5 meters apart, just like the sign next to the crash said to do. And yeah, now I probably won't see her for another 1.5 months.
It's really funny because with the girls that I became friends with, when I was still training in Darwin, I was like fangirling over these girls.
I love that we don't get to see the Denali's until like book 4 in the original series, but we see them in chapter 2 in this. So Tanya's been sleeping with human men her entire vampire life. If she can do it, why can't Edward be with Bella while she's human? So I just realized that the dangly bits on the bookmark match the writing color on the side. I've just finished chapter 2. I am liking the Jasper and Emmett content we are getting. We did not get enough of them in the original series, so I'm so glad that we get to see more of them now. And I love that Emmett is like exactly the way that he's always written in fan fictions as well. And yeah, the more I read, the more I am sure that Robert Pattinson was the wrong choice to play Edward. Like, they could have done so much better. They needed someone who was just more charming, and the writing in the movie made Edward just really stale and boring. Like the part in chapter 2 when he's with Tanya, or when he was at the cafeteria table with his siblings, like there was banter there. And like we never really get to see the banter in like the movies. I'm not too sure about the books completely because I haven't read them in a while, but until like Breaking Dawn Part 2.
You guys that are watching, I'm begging you guys just to give me an interview of some sorts. I know a video and a questionnaire, they can be quite limiting, and when I meet you guys and shake your hand and talk to you guys in person, you will truly be able to see my full potential.
I'm blogging. What? This is going up tomorrow. How many times? No crash this time? Could have been the second one today. I have some tea. Let's read chapter 3. When the phone bush turns white, that's when I'll come home. Yeah, me too, Eddie. So it's just been the whole Van almost killing Bella thing, and then Charlie's there, and Edward's trying to read Charlie's thoughts, but he can't. Like, he can get a vibe from them, but he can't like hear sentences. Now, is that because Charlie is like a thinker that thinks in like globs, not sentences, or because he's partially a shield? And does that mean like powers run in families? So if they were to change Charlie into a vampire, would he have a mental shield like Bella's? This is why I don't use bookmarks with dangly bits. I just sit there and keep it sweet in your memory. I'm still tongue-tied. Somehow. You know what? At least he's self-aware. Oh, I love Alice. Like, she's going to be my friend Jasper. If you kill her, I will be very put out. And then Emmett learning that Edward's gonna fall in love with Bella and just laughing. And then Rosalie being like, classic Edward. And then just Esme being very happy that Edward is gonna finally find someone. You know what? I actually love this family. Okay, one more chapter before I have to meet up with Jenna and Kat for a Zoom call. What's better than movie night with Bella? Comic-Con with Bella. We miss so much in the movies, like Edward laughing, Bella's sarcasm. We're planning things. Say hello to Kat and Jenna. That was so timid of both of you.
You turned us up and we were like, hi.
It's not like you guys are booktubers or anything.
Look.
Oh,
Not at all.
anything you guys want to say to the vlog before I turn it off?
I want to read Midnight Sun. Me too, but I don't have it yet. I at least have it. It's so chunky.
Yeah, it is big. Okay, I'm turning it off now. Okay, so I just had a Because We Can readathon meeting with Jenna and Kat, and we spoke for almost 4 hours. 4 hours. It's almost midnight. So I am definitely off to bed. See you tomorrow. It is Sunday, about 1:30 now. I slept in so much and then just sat in bed on my phone for like an hour and a half once I woke up. But you know, now I can start my day even though the morning is gone. I have my lunch here. I'm about to watch some YouTube videos. I have my tea. And then I have to do a whole bunch of scripting today because we did a lot of planning for Because We Can last night. 4 hours we spoke for. 4. And then we're meeting up again next weekend because we didn't cover everything we needed to cover. And then, yeah, more reading of Midnight Sun to happen today. Bookstagramming time. This one is about books about writers. Time for chapter 6, and it is the blood typing scene. I am just so sad that we didn't get that in the movie because I would have loved to have seen that. Alice just keeps asking Edward if she can talk to Bella finally, and he's like, no, but like Alice just keeps pushing it, and I forgot how much I loved the Alice-Bella friendship. Edward winked at Bella. Robert Pattinson would never. None of that chapter was in the movie, and it really should have been. So Edward's never been in love and never really been attracted to people before. Is Edward demisexual? Emmett, page 174, imagines Bella as a vampire. It would solve all your problems, man. Yeah, it would. Emmett knew what was up. Chapter 8, and I really wish Edward would actually spend some time with Peter and Charlotte because I'd like to know more about them. Bella just told Mike that she would cheerfully beat him to death, and then Edward laughed. And this is what we should have had in the movies. I would have loved to have seen Kristen Stewart say that. Wait, Maria is still alive? Maria is the vampire that changed Jasper. But why did I think she was dead? Like, I thought she'd been killed or something. But she's still alive. And apparently she found the Cullens one year and it was an eventful visit. And oh my god, I need that story. Now that I know Maria's alive, I need more. Welcome to Saturday the 22nd of August, and we are going to pick up where I left off on Midnight Sun. But first, the YA page is having a digital meetup, and we haven't met up for like 6-7 months in real life. And every Thursday I keep missing the Twitter chat ones. So I've made sure that I'm here on time for the Zoom meetup writing thing. And yeah, it starts in like 5 minutes, so I should really get onto this because I haven't made my tea yet. And clearly I'm so organized on Saturday mornings.
Anyone else have tea, coffee? What do you guys like?
Tea. Okay, YA page is over now. It was good to talk with everyone about like the stories that we're writing and everything, and I got a few hundred words down. Okay, camera battery died, and I probably will again before I finish this clip. So I was talking about how my main cast has a guy in it, but I keep calling them fan girls because that's just the like word I've been using for like fan people. And I was like, there's got to be a gender neutral term for it. And then Sarah was like, fan folk. So I'm just calling like everyone fan folk now because I love that. And then during the Zoom, I got a delivery from Kmart. It is box 2 of 4 that I'm getting. Yesterday, I got another one. I got a very cheap ring light and it doesn't fit on here properly for some reason. So I'm just gonna have to blue tack that on each time and hope that it fixes my lighting problem. But now I have this box to open. So let's see if I can actually get that open. It's just all like really boring household stuff that I bought, but it's stuff that I've been needing to buy. Coat hangers. more of those. Oh, it's got like most of their order here. Makeup organizer. A globe for my lamp that hasn't had a globe in it for about 2 years. A hand towel. And a face washer. Oh, and sewing needles because I have some clothes to fix. Adulting. Okay, it has stopped raining, so I need to go grocery shopping before it starts again. Let's go. Okay, so I'm home now, and 2 things. 1, remember that car crash from last week? They're only picking up the fence now. And 2, second week in a row that I've walked past the bookshop and there's a man out the front complaining how we can't get in. Just email them, call them, send them a message on Facebook. Literally all the information is written on the door. So apparently men just aren't taking the closed bookshops very well right now. Okay, we're back in reading position. Let's get to chapter 9 and head to Port Angeles. Edward just referred to as vigilante days, and now I'm like,
no, it should be the other thing that you screamed like, I'm Batman.
Also, Edward so should have killed those guys. They deserved it. Well, I mean, at least the main guy did. It looks like the others were just his followers. So if they didn't have him around, maybe they would be better people. So what's his name? Lanny. Edward should have killed Lanny. Forever bitter we never got this line in the movies.
I've got a theory, it could be Barney's.
Edward is so surprised that Bella was thinking of ways to fight the men that were going to attack her. But like, that's not a surprise at all. That's like all of the things that you've been told to like how to fight a man go through your head when you are alone and there is a man nearby. Like, yes, we think of running and yelling for help and calling someone, but we also think about like, you know, the sing attack method and putting keys in between your fingers because we have to. It would be really nice if we didn't have to worry about those things, but men. But what did Carlisle do to the rapists? So this lamp has not had a globe in it for like 2 years. The globes that came with it died, and then I never replaced them because I couldn't find the exact globes. So now I've just bought a random globe and we're gonna see if that fits in there. Adulting. Okay, problem number 2. I'm hoping I can clean up this mess with the help of this. Before anyone asks, yes, this is where my toilet paper lives because for some goddamn reason, they didn't put a toilet paper holder in this bathroom. And yes, everything also sits on top of the washing machine because there's nowhere else for it to go. Much better. And the last task, put these onto these. And yeah, this is my only closet in the house, so I have to put literally everything in here because I don't have like a hallway closet or anything like that. So it's probably always going to be a mess in here anyway. But at least I can get some clothes up. Ta-da! Now I feel like I accomplished something today. Let's get back to Midnight Sun. We found out what Carlisle did. He literally just knocked him out and called the police on him because apparently Lanny is a suspected murderer as well. So, cool. Like, glad to hear there was some justice, but weren't Charlotte and what's his name still in the area anyway? Couldn't they have just like called them and be like, you know, this guy, he could be your meal for the night? I mean, I would read that. So you just have to figure out what to do with Jasper because Jasper doesn't deserve to just be dumped. But you know, maybe just all 3 of them together. Also, if you're one of those people who uses the term girlfriend to describe your friends who happen to be female, you are confusing the hell out of people, okay? So can you just call your girlfriend, if it's a girlfriend, if they're your girlfriend, and call your friends who happen to be female friends? Yeah, I'm really thinking that Edward is a demisexual. Another thing I'm pissed we never got to see in the movies, Edward eating the pizza. There's so much like funny bits and sass and just like not awkwardness or like less, like more lightheartedness never made it into the movies. So yesterday at work, one of my co-workers walked in and immediately came to my desk and slammed this book down on my desk and said I had to read it. It's Postcards from the Edge by Carrie Fisher. I love Carrie Fisher, and she said this book was just amazing and like a wild ride and everything. So I have to read it at some point. I told her it may take her 3 years for me to get to it. I don't borrow books from people because I feel obligated to read them immediately and give them back immediately. Like, I don't really share my books with people because I'm like terrified I'm never going to get them back, or that they're going to be destroyed, which has happened in the past. So if you have read this, tell me your thoughts. I probably won't have read it by the time this vlog goes up, but I do plan on reading it soon. Just have to finish, you know, Midnight Sun and another review copy of a book that's coming out soon.
Hi my friends. Welcome to Amy Kaufman on Writing, a short podcast that answers one question each week about how writers do what they do.
Hi.
Hello.
It was better. If I'm still reading next time we do a call, we'll just make it even better again.
We'll just keep making it better.
Yeah. We're planning again, so things are happening. It is almost 11 p.m. now, so we finished like a whole hour earlier than we did last time. But we were super productive, and I'm really excited for like the thing that we made, and it's a thing that other people can do, so I really hope that like you can do it. So, because I want to see everyone's like answers for this thing. But now it is time for me to take this off and then go to bed. Welcome to Sunday the 23rd. It is already the afternoon because once again I slept in. But it is also DC Fandrome weekend. Two things. One, they dropped the Batman trailer, and I am highly aware that that is Robert Pattinson, and I cannot take it seriously at all. I'm just like, that's R-Pat's playing dress up, and when he was like, I'm vengeance, I was like, I straight up laughed because I can't take him seriously. And am I going to go see the movie? Yes, it'll be the first Batman movie that I will go and see. But I can't. It's Robert Pattinson, and I'm too aware of that. I don't think he was the right choice. And two, Hot Topic dropped a new Wonder Woman 84 collection. And stupid conversion rate, and shipping is $45, but I still want the dress. Like, I want the dress. See this? $54.90 in Australian dollars is about $85. So I'm gonna pay a stupid amount for this dress. It's 2 hours later and I have spent $200 at Hot Topic. Damn conversion rates and shipping being like $50. And I tried both my home address and my work address, would not let me continue with those addresses, but would let me choose my mum's address. So apparently Hot Topic's not sending to Victoria, but they are to South Australia. I mean, like, by the time the stuff even gets to Australia, stage 4 is gonna be done anyway. So, but I guess now I'll just add it to the pile of things waiting at my mum's place for me. And now since it's 3 p.m, I should probably start being productive. I need to take some Instagram pictures, and then I need to read because this is a reading vlog. Chapter 12, let's go. Also, I have chips. These are really good. Edward and Emmett put on like a little show in English class to like convince Ben to ask out Angela. And oh my god, it's hilarious. Also, could never have seen Robert Pattinson pulling this scene off. But like, it's fun. Like, it's fun. Like, Edward is pretending to be nervous about asking Angela out, and Emmett's like, oh, you haven't asked her out yet? Because he knows that that'll prompt Ben to ask Angela out. And I love it. It's such a fan fiction-y thing to read though, but it's canon. One of Bella's favorite movies is The Empire Strikes Back, so I need a Cullen movie night with Star Wars movies. Bella's never left America before, so that leads me to think that she wouldn't have a passport because she's never had need for one. But in New Moon, Alice is like, go get your passport, and then she goes gets her passport. So why does she have a passport if she's never left the country? Like, do Americans need passports for other reasons than travel? Because like, you can use your passport for identification in Australia, but most people just like use their license, which Bella has. The Cullens lived in New Orleans for a while, And one, I need that story now. And two, all I can think of is like the crossover that could happen with the originals. If you've ever wondered why I read so slowly now, because like 2 weekends and this is all I've read of this, it's because of this thing. This one. I spend so much time playing games on it. Like, why? Stop it. Like, I want to be reading, but then I keep picking this one up. But you know, now on to chapter 14. Yep, this is the most realist thing that I've read in this book. So hard to get a job in publishing. It took 346 pages for Bella and Alice to meet. 346! Twilight itself is only like 400 and something pages. It's Saturday the 29th. Welcome to the third weekend of reading Midnight Sun. The sun is shining, it's 20 degrees, spring is finally on its way. We hit the 90s in cases. This is the first time we've been under 3 numbers in like months. Stage 4 lockdown finishes in 2 weeks. Yeah, so that didn't happen. And this weekend I am going to finish this book. I have my tea, I'm going to finish that, I'm going to go grocery shopping, see if there's another man complaining about not getting into the bookstore, come home, FaceTime with my mum because the house just got painted and she wants to show me that, and then read. So, today, did not see any men complaining that they couldn't get into the bookstore. I saw something worse. I saw a man wearing a Make Victoria Great Again hat.
What about if I stand in front and won't go to what I want it to do? Won't extend now.
So, 2020. Chadwick Boseman died. And he had cancer for the past 4 years. And he did all those movies. This is a vision about New Moon. Edward knew that was coming and still did it. He still left. The Edward's second Christmas as a vampire, because the first one he was, you know, dealing with bloodlust. Carlisle surprised Edward and set up their room with like a tree and like decorations and stuff. And that's just so cute. So the next night after that cute Christmas scene, Carlisle and Edward are running in the woods and they come across Siobhan and Maggie. And this is what I want more of. It's the different vampires interacting over time. And now I can actually read the name Siobhan, knowing it said Siobhan and not Siobhan, because you bet I did not know how to say that when I first read Breaking Dawn. It is 3:20 and I have read 1 chapter all day. The day started off so strong and then 2020 just hits again. My mind is just wandering everywhere now and it's really hard to pay attention, but I still want to finish this and I want to read some more like right now because I am enjoying it and it is something that is bringing me joy. 2020 is a year where we definitely need more joy. Edward just, why? Like, he was so worried that Bella was going to be like hella frightened by his skin and that he was a monster and blah blah blah. But mate, it's not like your skin is falling off or you're like made of bees or a beehive or something. You're sparkling. Things that sparkle are usually pretty and nice to look at. Like, why in the world would she run away in horror? Like, usually it's like, ooh, sparkly things, let me touch it. Like 12 years and I've never understood that.
I'm the world's most dangerous predator. Everything about me invites you in. My voice, my face, even my smell. As if I would need any of that. As if you could outrun me! As if you could fight me off. So the lion fell in love with the lamb. Stupid lamb. You sick, masochistic lion.
Why?
I'm setting up because I need to film all the announcement things for Because We Can Too. and I just got my new ring light, which is this thing here. And can you see all this blue tack? It doesn't fit in there properly. So there's that, and then yeah, at least it turns on. It's the afternoon on Sunday the 30th. I once again did nothing in the morning. I hope everyone appreciates that in these announcement videos I'm wearing a necklace which is travel themed. So yeah, I've set everything up and I've got my new ring light because I don't know if anyone's ever noticed, but it annoys the heck out of me. This side is brighter than this side because the window's on that side, and there is a window on this side. There's just a building next to the window, so it doesn't get enough light, and the lights from the kitchen aren't as bright as this. So I have my ring light now, hopefully to counteract that. So plan, hopefully the fridge shuts up soon, and then I'm going to film these 3 announcement videos, and then I think I'm just going to spend the afternoon reading Midnight Sun because I want it done, but I still have like 300 pages left. My ring light stayed up the entire time and I am so proud of it, and I really hope it does work because I want it to balance out the lighting. Now let's spend my afternoon reading, maybe after lunch, but reading. Edward about Rosalie. Even I had to admit that she was incredibly gifted at self-control, mostly due to stubbornness and, in my opinion, a desire to best me. Another reason that I love Rosalie. She was like, well, I've got to be better at Edward than this. We're actually getting to see the moment that Rosalie brought Emmett to Carlisle, and I love this. This is another thing that made me want this book so much. Maybe just like a Rosalie book overall. It could be like, maybe like short stories, kind of like those short films that were made, but like completely canon and written by Stephenie Meyer. I just want more of my favorites. I love Esme. She's just such a nice person and a sweetheart. So Edward was thinking about time in 1930 where he stopped a man from abducting a child and doing terrible things to the child. And it's nighttime and he's stopping bad guys, and like the man who he stopped saw judgment. And this is the reason I cannot take Robert Pattinson as Batman seriously, because I will watch that movie and then think about Edward Cullen in the 20s and 30s.
I'm vengeance.
So I just really need to tell you that I lost the game. They kiss so much more in the book than they do the movies. I am on page 575. I don't have too much more to go, so I'm going to make myself finish this tonight. I'm in the climax of the story, so hopefully it's like just a quick zoom through these last, about 200 pages. And yeah, I usually go to bed pretty early on Sunday nights, but it's probably not gonna happen tonight because I'm just a slow reader these days. Laurent was like enamored by Rosalie when he first saw her and was wondering if she was mated or not, so it makes complete sense that he went and formed a relationship with Irina after this. So James and Laurent and Victoria didn't notice Bella was human straight away because Jasper was using his powers to make himself. Bella, Esme and Alice look utterly unimportant. He just made them so boring to them that they just focused on like Emmett and Rosalie. And just Jasper, yes, why did he have to be a Confederate soldier in the past? But other than that, I love Jasper. And then there we go, there's Stephenie covering in a plot hole. So I stopped and had dinner and came back, but I just realized that because of Jasper's influence over the whole thing, that's why James hasn't recognized Alice. And I'm actually super excited to get to the point where like Alice and Jasper learn that James is the reason that Alice is a vampire and all of that. I just need to know what they were thinking, and maybe, he'd be paying too much, Edward would be paying too much attention to Bella during that scene to see how they killed him. So, but the rest of it.
You brought a snack.
Another thing I would have loved to have seen in the movies was just like this entire conversation happening with Emmett and Alice, and not just Bella and Edward. Like Emmett saying that about Bella in the movies. Amazing. So they're doing their split up to confuse James and Victoria, and in the car with Emmett and Carlisle and Edward, they have a bag full of like sporting equipment large enough to carry a human, and it just looks so funny in my head because Edward is cradling the bag as if it would be holding a human, so they're trying to pretend that Bella is in the bag, and it just felt so funny to me. And more chips. Edward's in his car and he's getting Carlisle to type out instructions to Alice about Bella, and Bella needs to eat at least 3 times every 24-hour period, and hydration is important. She should have water on hand, ideally 8 hours of sleep. Are you giving Alice instructions to take care of your pet? Okay, so I knew that James had made it from like Canada to Phoenix. I can't remember if it's in the original book that he flew there, but I was like, yeah, he flew from there to there. I had thought he had just gotten on like a normal plane. Maybe he had a seat, maybe he went in the cargo hold, but no. He found someone's personal plane and flew himself to Phoenix. This is something. So Bella's run away from the airport, so the rest steal a car that is painted orange and purple and is souped up to go really fast, and now they're like going along the highways as fast as they can, and Edward's driving and he's like, Jazz, I'm gonna lose the side mirrors, give me a view. So they turn around so he can see through their eyes as the mirrors, because he's gone through like 2 cars and broken the mirrors off in his speed to get along the chase, and this just would have been hilarious. What? Like, they get out, they're on the freeway, they get out of the car that they currently have stolen, stop in the middle of the road, decide to steal another car. Carlisle drugs a woman so she faints or blacks out. They put her on the side of the road and then steal her car. What is happening? And Emmett just flipped the first car into traffic. What? She gives the name Mary. That is her name. This is all so much more interesting than from Bella's point of view, because like she gets attacked, she blacks out, she wakes up in the hospital. I hate when that happens, when like the person blacks out and then they wake up and everything's just magically fixed. Like now we're actually seeing how everything gets fixed. And I love Alice because Alice has just fixed everything. In like any book, I hate like the time jump in between things, the big thing and then everything being fixed. Like, show me more of everything being fixed. I want to know how. And this entire chapter has been Alice just fixing everything, and I kind of love it. But I want to know what Alice felt now. Okay, Bella, you can be Superman because Edward is Batman, so... Foreshadowing! It's 11:45, my camera died while filming that last clip just there, and I finally finished Midnight Sun. 10 years of waiting and it's finished. But like, Stephenie could write the entire series from Edward's point of view and I would still buy every single one of those books. But like, with this just being one, like Breaking Dawn from Edward's point of view would be like 4 books long. And yeah, there were just so many moments in this that I wanted. I just loved seeing in everyone else's head, and the parts where Bella was asleep or like just knocked out. Those are the parts that I wanted to see. Oh, now I just really want Breaking Dawn from Edward's point of view because you'd see into everyone's head. And now it's time to put this on the shelf and head to bed myself.